Ibrahim is the first PMP. Abhishek, Isam Khan, Lisa, Anirudh, Jangir, Ali, Abhilash, Sabir, Asad, Manish, Abhishek, Mr. Jamal, Mr. Amir, Alvin, Neha, Mr. Raju, Pradeep, Amit, Rashmi, Uzair, Rash, Gulam, Aarti, Pawan, Tarek, Iqtidar, Numan, Mandar, Muazzam, Niju, Wasi, Usman, Zal, Harsh, Abhilash, Kam Babu, Rashid, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Raju, Hasib, Saban, Rawana, Ubair Babar, Mr. Zakir Hussain, Zainab, Shaji, Dr. Atif, Aziz, Surinder, Nisar, Mary, Namat, Mangesh, Srinivas, Subramaniu, Sundela, Nadir, Kamal, Christopher, Mansoor, Venkat, Unindra, Sasim, Amir, Nabil, Ali, Ashish, Usman, Naveen, Vivek, Ali, Naveed, Ali Al-Balush, Pradeep, Mansoor, Maslin, Sachin, my 235 PMP, Vijay. I always love that you can be the next, and I just love this music. And we have PMP 240 of this year, Miss Nidhi. So the story of Nidhi is such a beautiful story. She's a working mom with a big son, and so she's a very busy professional. I put it on LinkedIn also. When she joined my program, she said it straightforward. I cannot study every single day more than 1 hour. I can give maximum time on weekends, but to be truly, I cannot give time on weekdays. So normally I push people, but when she said it, I loved it. Why? Such a truthfulness and being straight to the business that I am busy, I cannot give 100% time like that. So that was an important thing that basically added, and we started working on it. And slowly, she also started giving more time on weekdays. And one thing was very important about her. Even she had only 1 hour. I always say, her, please don't join the coaching call. Be do your things. But she always joined the coaching call by saying that no, basically I learned a lot of things from coaching call. And today she is with us, and she cleared PMP with all about target. So from Goragaon, India, Miss Nidhi. Nidhi, how do you feel now?
I feel really happy. I think I cannot even describe in words how I'm feeling right now. Um, and it's a great feeling. All I can say.
Thank you. Yeah, totally. It is a great feeling. There is no doubt into that. I truly respect that feeling. Been there, done that. So that feeling is something that is just amazing. So Nidhi, let's talk about the exam week. You took few days off to prepare, and you wanted to give more of an exam. After 2 3 days, I said, "No, give it." This was the nearest date available, and you were,
Yeah.
Amir, are you sure? Are you sure? So tell me, was I sure?
Yeah, I think you were sure more than me. I was in self-doubt that if I'm still there or not, but you always encouraged that I can do it. So
Sometimes
I
I do
think,
get angry also, like 2 days. Like 2 days back, I got like when you were so much nervous. I said, "What are you doing? You are ready. Go for the exam," and we did it. Let's talk the exam day today. Your exam was in which center? Can you name the center, please?
it was a Pearson Center. So I'm based in Gurgaon and it's in Gurgaon only.
Okay,
Pearson UV Center.
okay, okay. And did you reach to the center?
So I reached about 1 hour before the exam time.
Okay, 1 hour before. And exam was at 9 a.m.
8, 8 a.m.
8 a.m. A
Yeah.
very early time. So you reach there by 7.
Yes, I reached by 7.
That is really marvelous. Okay. So can you walk us please from there?
So, like I reached the center, at that time I was not nervous and I was just looking forward to it that okay, I just want to get inside the center and just start with my exam. But as soon as I entered, and then there are certain formalities that you have to perform,
Can
and
you
if you
share
just
that? Can you share that formality?
so first, when I entered the premises of that center, they take us through certain do's and don'ts of that center, that what kind of rules and regulations you have to follow while
Mm-hmm.
you are giving the exam, what all things are allowed and what all is not allowed, and
Mm-hmm.
how you have to be there, how you have to behave during the entire duration of the exam. Like, you can't talk there, you have to maintain silence at all times, and even during the break times you cannot look into any of the study materials, all those kind of rules and regulations.
Mm-hmm.
um, and then they issued an ID.
Mm-hmm.
At that very time, they also checked my own ID, also photo ID, and then they issued their own ID so that I can log into the computer system which they have. And then within 10-15 minutes, they allotted me my seat, and where
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to appear for the exam.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I got comfortable in the seat, they just logged into that system, and immediately the exam started.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the first 6 minutes were more of a, first 7 minutes were tutorial. So what you did in that
Yes.
tutorial time?
So and through the entire tutorial, I watched it and I followed the steps what was written. I did not skip it because it is helpful. It tells how to navigate, and how, like, during the exam, if you want to highlight, if you want to strike through, all those options were very clearly explained in that tutorial. So I read by all the data in the tutorial very well. I
Okay,
spent all that time.
okay. Now the real game. Now the real thing that is most
Yeah.
important. You came to the exam. You started the exam. So you have 230 minutes for the exam. Straightforward. How did you manage the time?
So I would say time is the key, and it is really important to like look at the that time parallelly when you are performing the question, because in the exam, like, if I have to share my experience, I really didn't realize that I have spent 4 hours over there. It was like it just happened, like, in just a very quick glance. I really can't realize that it took 4 hours. So some questions definitely will take more time, but you will be able to balance with other questions which will take like shorter time. Those which were one line questions only, so they take less time. There were so, but you have to balance it. Definitely, time is the
Yeah.
key, I would say.
Everyone who is watching this video, if you have any question that you want to ask, this lady cleared the exam few hours back, so you can ask the question in there and we will get answer to those questions. So what was your time? 80, 75, 75, or something else?
Yeah, so in first 60 questions, I spent 75 minutes, I suppose. 75 to
Okay,
80 minutes, yeah.
okay,
So it was as close as you guided, you mentioned. So it was really close. I had to really bug up in the in between to match that, that I maintain a constant pace and don't leave any questions. So
okay. What about the second section?
second section also, I think I spent close to 70 minutes. Yeah,
Okay,
70
okay.
minutes.
And for the last,
And
how much you have?
last also 75 minutes.
Okay, 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 okay. So once you did that, now let's talk about drags and drop. How many drags and drop did you have in your exam?
There were like 5 to 6 questions regarding drag and drop.
And how much relevant they were, the drags and drop that we were doing?
100% relevant. Like, you covered in your drag and drops almost every topic that we can, and that's why I did not find any difficulty solving the drags and drops. I could do
Hmm.
them.
You could do them. There was no problem in that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So how much the exam was more towards agile? Yesterday we recorded two students certified interviews. One was Linowin and the other was Mateen. One was saying 70% was agile and the other was saying like 30 to 40% was agile. So what was your exam more like?
I think I would go with the other one, 30 to 40% only,
Only
not
30 to
much.
40% was agile.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
And even in agile, it was more of a scrum and the agile mindset,
yes. Scrum, basically Scrum,
basically
and the
scrum and
mindset.
age, the mindset. No XP, No lean, no Kanban as per se.
So there was one question where there was an option
You
of
cannot share
XP.
the question. You cannot share the question. You
Okay.
can share the context. Okay. So one question was for XP. Any crystal question?
Any?
Crystal method question.
No, no. And there was one with respect to Kanban.
So
So
yeah,
two I
Kanban is
particularly,
important. Kanban is
yeah,
also a part of the uh, actually Scrum framework. So Kanban is important, but XP was
yeah,
there. Okay.
yeah.
Any other question that was more of a out of the Scrum or Agile mindset?
Yeah, there were, like I told you, there were 30-40% of exam was,
No, 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 no. Apart from like agile, this thing is that I totally understand that. But if
hmm.
we talk about the agile portion, any question that was apart from agile mindset or Scrum, or everything was from these two domains in
No,
agile.
everything was from these two domains, like whatever we did, like backlog prioritization, high value features.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the
Let's. Which was the most important topic, team or stakeholder?
stakeholders, I believe
Hmm.
it was
Stakeholders
lot of
becoming
questions. Yeah.
stakeholders becoming more and more important. Okay. What about communication? How important the communication was?
I think there were hardly two, three questions, not much.
Hardly two, three questions.
Yes.
And any formula question?
No,
No formula question was there. Any critical path question where you actually have to calculate critical path?
no, no, no such
No.
questions.
So how many compliance questions?
Two to three.
Two to three questions. That's an interesting thing. Okay. How many risk quality procurement question?
Risk, quality, procurement, like there was one drag and drop with respect to risk entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And quality, I think there was, I did not face any question regarding procurement.
Mm-hmm.
There was no
Mm-hmm.
question.
No
And
question
quality,
about procurement. That is
yeah,
interesting.
I don't recall or, but
Yeah.
quality had, like there were few questions,
There were a
three,
few
four
questions.
questions. Yeah.
Okay, what about like, okay, there was a question. Yeah, from Naj. First of all, Tala, my certified PMP, is saying congratulations, Shah Faisal, your batchmate. He will be certified in this
Yeah.
month. Saying congratulations. Naj is saying congratulations. Naj has a question. How many questions from like was there any question from scope, schedule, or cost, or how many questions were there from?
Yes, definitely. There were questions from all these topics, but there was no calculation or numerical, first of all. All were situational and scenario based questions only. But there were, like, from each topic, three to four questions were there.
Were there? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you attended the exam from home or for center, she attended the exam from center, Tahir, and we do recommend to get the exam from center because in home there are certain restriction. You cannot move even your lips, you cannot do like that, and if there's an internet issue, that becomes your problem. She attended from Goragaon Center. Okay, Puneet is saying congratulations. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit more about if you are preparing for PMP, how important is coaching call?
It is very important. Like you also mentioned, I always attended. I made sure that if I'm even not able to study, I should attend coaching call because you listen the way you guide that how a question needs to be solved, how to focus on the keywords, what should be the technique of getting to the answer. I think coaching call is the most important thing, and I would really recommend watching coaching calls because during the exam, despite the fact that I knew concepts and I knew all the topics thoroughly, but I felt elimination technique helped me the most while selecting the answer. So,
Hmm.
and that is, and the elimination technique I learned, or maybe I practiced only while attending the coaching calls.
Coaching
That how
call.
it is to
Okay.
be applied. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about more of a how to do root cause analysis and the lesson learns. How important that was, root cause and lesson learn.
Again, I would say that is one of the most important things which we should do, and I also did thoroughly. Because if you get any question wrong, it is very important to correct your concept then and there, that why a particular thing, like I used to do that, why is it wrong, and where my concept is wrong, and it was important to correct it and to learn from the mistakes. So lesson learned is definitely one of the most important things through the entire journey.
Okay, that is an important thing to understand. Okay, Nidhi, I'm gonna remove myself from the screen and talk to you like you are talking to thousands of PMP aspirants. Tell them how to prepare for PMP. Okay.
Sure.
Before that, how important was the last day call, yesterday call?
It was absolutely important. Like when I was feeling nervous, and you encouraged me, and then you gave last day tips and tricks how to clear the exam and what all things to keep in mind. So it helped a lot, definitely. I mean,
Okay.
I felt that you were holding my hand throughout the journey. So that's
Yeah.
really important.
Okay, please talk to the audience, talk to all the future aspirants how to become PMP. Today we are starting our batch. Only one last spot is left. If anyone has not taken the training, they can join. But 30 students are joining there. So talk at least talk to them how they can prepare. That's the
Sure.
best time to talk. Please.
So, hi, hello, friends, once again. And I would like to say that if you've joined Amir, so I think this is one of the best decisions you've taken. Because when I started my journey, so even I was not sure that will I be able to do it, or I will be able to spend much time, because my job is very demanding, so I hardly get any time. But it's only because of him that I'm here in 3 months and completed and got my certification. So if you want to prepare for PMP, definitely listen to Amir, follow his guidance, whatever he says, the kind of coaching calls he conducts, they are very important. The way he guides that, doing the lesson learned every time whenever you are solving questions, all the mocks, all the study material, whatever he's providing. So it is absolutely important. I mean, I would not exaggerate, but I really regarded him as a guru, that he's my teacher, and whatever he would say, I will follow. So uh, I think that is it. I would want to say.
Thank you very much. Now, Nidhi, the most important part, each one teach one. You know that how you were asking question in the group, how every
Yeah,
single student, like, I guess Naveed, the guy who was most active is a certified PMP, already certified PMP. Everyone has a busy job and he's an operational
yeah,
manager, but he was there whenever he had time, he replied it. I asked
absolutely.
I asked Deepak after clearing the exam. He was there to reply it. Now,
Yeah,
uh, you see, this is why I feel so much proud about my certified PMPs, that each one is teaching one. Now, this comes as to you. You need to help other students. You need to guide them. You need to work with them, and you need to make sure that they cross the line. So
absolutely. Sure.
teach one is the name of the game. And do stay after the video. I want to talk to you about how to get 60 PDUs to maintain your exam. So once again, thank you very much, Nidhi, for joining and trusting us. And best of luck for your future endeavors.
Thank you.
I would have not been able to clear the exam if Amir Ali would have not been there. I would have not been.
I did not believe that I will be able to clear my PMP within a month.
I don't know what to say actually. Like I'm kind of like really
And I
trembling.
got my results and I was above target in all three categories.
Wow.